How much of you do you think was in Mitchell?
Mitchell was really just a version of me. There's something that I really loved about being able to bring myself to that part, and the fact that I am an out gay actor playing a gay character on television was really meaningful to me.
We're picking up Jesse Tyler Ferguson and taking him to his morning berries class. You probably know him as Mitchell Pritchett, one of the stars of Modern Family. But before that, he was a big Broadway star. He was in the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. He starred in Midsummer Night's Dream at Central Park Summer Stage, and he won a Tony for Take Me Out with Jesse Williams from Grey's Anatomy. I'm super excited to pick him up this morning. He's done everything in the world that I admire and would want to do, and he's a true triple threat. I am thinking about considering I wore workout clothes to maybe sneak in with him and get a workout in, because if I'm waiting for him anyways, I might as well get a sweat in. Okay, it's really happening. We're here to pick up Jesse. I'm a little bit nervous. I usually don't get nervous for these. Good morning, how are you?
I'll bring it on the way in.
Aw, thanks, I appreciate it.
Beautiful house.
Thank you. Where do you want me to sit?
And just in the front.
We're doing an Uber style or friend style?
I usually do my guest gift at the end,
Okay.
but we're gonna do it first.
Okay.
It's in the glove box, and there's a note in there too, I think, to the right.
Guess what's inside? Can't you tell? Something from Lisa Sandman that'll put you in a spell. Cookies and blondies. I'm actually sorry. Oh yeah, because we're going to berries. Try this on for size. Like, comment, subscribe to Marshall. We'll pick you up and see who he'll drive. That's very clever.
Thank you.
That's very clever.
I appreciate that. These are from my mom.
No, really?
A little bit of shame, because I went to the hotel school at Cornell, so I took professional cooking classes for 4 years.
Oh, that's my dream.
And I have largely not cooked since. And so when I told my mom to send me recipes to bake for you in New York and then bring them out to LA, she was like, just give me the address. Like, I'm just gonna do it
That's
myself.
so nice.
So we met through our friend Mike, who I adore, and we both invested in his app. It's good. How did you decide that was a place that you actually wanted to cut a check?
So yeah, I love this idea that he had. It's this platform to recommend, different restaurants and places to drink. You can create these lists and you can share them with your friends. I kind of was surprised that it hadn't already existed. I mean, there's you have Yelp and you have Eater and all these places that you can go to, but it's nice to have something that's vetted by your friends and people that you trust.
The last time I was on this corner, I went on a date with someone from The Bachelor.
What?
And which we can talk about. And I was right here, and someone came flying around the corner and T-boned me. And thank God everyone was fine, and we did the insurance thing, and she was such a sport about it, and we still went to dinner.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Wow. Was that the first and only? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit interested in this date now.
Oh, of course.
Was that the one and only?
She was engaged and moved to 5 months later.
Oh wow.
With the guy, and we could not be more different. He's like this stunning 6'5" macho man. I
just think that says a lot about her. She has she's very open-minded to lots of different things.
That's a very glass half full. Did a lot of cooking come from home?
My mom cooked, but she wasn't any sort of culinary master. She definitely inspired me to, be creative in the kitchen.
And you've got 2 kids, one that's probably old enough for you to cook for and another that's probably not.
Correct. My 3.5-year-old keeps telling me I'm the bestest cook ever.
That's the greatest compliment. That's the only critic that matters. You obviously wrote a cookbook. That's a next level decision to make.
It was something I'd always dreamed of doing, and I met a girl at a dinner party named Julie Tanis, and she and I became really good friends, and she's one of my friends who went to culinary school. I was like, can you come over and cook with me and sort of teach me some skills? And we started making recipes together and put them on a blog. That got the attention of some publishers. They offered us a deal.
You're also right on the border of almost having a cookbook. You had this really successful blog.
I guess so, yeah. We grew up in such different places. She grew up in Alabama, I grew up in New Mexico, and so it's kind of an homage to how we were raised and the culinary experience that we had as kids and sort of bringing that to today. I did a musical called the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
Just a little musical.
A little musical with a very long title. It's sort of popular.
It's hugely successful.
Yeah, it's very successful. And so we put this thing together over about 3 weeks one winter. And that following summer, this theater company in the Berkshires decided to produce a full production of Spelling Bee.
It's got to be the toughest place to write a check in history.
Theater.
It's not for the faint of heart.
No, I mean, you kind of have to expect that you're going to lose your money.
You're creating art, and that's a part of being a producer of art.
But then every once in a while something hits that's like, either it's so artistically satisfying and you're so happy that you're a part of it, or you do something like Hamilton. My God, how lucky are they?
Crushed. So we're gonna play a small game here.
Yeah.
A triple threat tournament crown of champions where we can each go back and forth and pick a handful of people, and then between us we can just do our top three.
Okay.
We can decide together and we can crown someone.
Okay.
I can start.
You go first.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, yeah. I like that one. I like Neil Patrick Harris. I'm gonna say Cynthia Nixon.
It's an incredible pick.
Yeah. Although I don't know if she sings or dances. Maybe that was a bad choice.
I'm gonna pick another guy.
Yeah.
It'd be hard for him not to be in the top three.
You're gonna say Hugh Jackman, aren't you?
Of course.
Yeah.
He's excellent. And
He is excellent.
and the Boy from Oz is like an underrated all-time Broadway performance.
Totally. Well, he won a Tony Award for it, so it's not that underrated. I'm gonna say Lin-Manuel Miranda.
The question is, can he sing? He's one of the creatives of our time.
I don't know if he's the greatest singer, but I feel like he makes up for it in the music that he creates for other people to sing.
I think this might be a controversial take, but I'm going with Leah Michele.
Oh, not controversial. I think she's great. Did you see her Funny Girl?
Of course.
Jesus.
It's your turn.
It's my turn? Okay. I feel like I need someone, you need to tell me someone who's gonna open up a portal of people that I'm not thinking about.
Okay, you're lacking on picks here, and then we have to
I
go work
know.
out.
Their first run was just so long.
So we're back, post berries, we got smoothies. We're gonna finish our triple threat tournament crown of champions.
I'm gonna just give you the three that I have. Ariana DeBose,
Was on my list as well.
also Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Amy Adams. Everyone forgets that Amy Adams is an amazing singer and dancer.
She is ready for her Oscar. You're our guest, you have to give us the 3, 2, 1.
So I'm gonna put Hugh Jackman at 3, Neil Patrick Harris at 2, and Ariana DeBose at 1.
Congratulations to Ariana DeBose. Core travel do's and don'ts, and then anything that you see other people doing that gives you like severe ick. So we'll start with must have, like it is with you every time you travel, whether you're in a backpack or checked bags.
I always have protein bars. I always have my AirPods. I always have a book going on Audible.
Are you going hat and sunglasses?
Yes, hat and sunglasses always.
Your beard is so recognizable.
I know, it doesn't really help.
And then things that you've seen people do on a plane or in the airport that you're like, I can't believe it.
Well, I'm sure this has come up a million times, but you've got to wear socks.
You cannot take your socks off on the plane.
You cannot take your socks off on the plane, but also when you're going through security, you cannot be walking through barefoot. Don't wear sandals.
This is not your place to show people you're like organic, crunchy out there in the world. Just socks and shoes.
You have to wear socks and shoes.
We have to talk a little bit about Modern Family.
Okay.
Do you think that it can ever happen again? Whether it is, The Friends, Seinfeld, Modern Family, Big Bang Theory,
Right.
these gigantic shows that become monoculture, or is it just not a part of what we do now?
The way we watch television's changed so much, and even it was changing as I was doing Modern Family. Streaming wasn't a thing.
Not at all. Netflix existed.
It existed,
But it was a
but-
DVD service.
I had a friend who was in Orange is the New Black, and I was like, oh, she's so excited about this thing, but it's on Netflix, and now
It's
here
never
we
gonna
are.
be a thing.
Yeah. And now we're in the streaming age. So I just feel, because people just don't watch television the same way, I just don't know if there will be another show like Modern Family or Big Bang Theory. And it's interesting because Ed O'Neill, he had a great run with Married with Children for 11 years, and never thought that he would have that again. And then he had Modern Family. So
Another 11 years.
another 11-year show. So it's, I don't know. Maybe it could happen.
I hope it does. As you think about future roles, are there roles that are out there, like check marks you feel like you haven't gotten through that you're excited for the next handful of years?
I think I'm always drawn to things that move me away from just straight up comedy. I know I have a deep toolbox of things that I can do, and some of my favorite actors are people like Steve Carell or Nathan Lane, who are known as these very funny actors but have this sort of undercurrent of depth, and I admire their careers, and I admire the fact that Steve Carell's doing a production of Uncle Vanya on Broadway right now, and that Nathan Lane was in Angels in America and got to do these things that are so far from what people know them from. So those are the steps I hope to follow in.
Okay, we're home. This is great. I really appreciate you doing this. It was really nice.
Yeah, thanks for doing it. Thanks for driving me to Barry's.
A reminder, the cookies should go in the freezer.
Oh, right. Do you want one?
No? Unless you want to eat one with me.
I'm gonna save it for later.
So we just dropped off Jesse back at his house. Successful trip. He's so easygoing. We had such a nice time. We talked food, we talked theater, we talked a little about my mom. The one thing that we left out that sucks is I did not sing to him, but I can sing now. My award-winning performance of One Song Glory. One song, glory, one song before I go, glory, one song to leave behind. I still got it.